what do you know? We're back here with Saturn in the fifth house synastry, and I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you off top. Saturn in the fifth house synastry is something that could be very limiting for a synastry aspect, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because we have Saturn here, Saturn being serious, being committed, being stubborn, being rigid, being restrictive, sitting in somebody's fifth house of fun, being childlike, that teenage vibe, the free self-expression, let's go out, have fun, and just be daring and take risk and be romantic and go on dates and have fun and spend a little bit of money and let's do these things and, you know, act like a couple teenagers. And Saturn here, although the fifth house really does put Saturn in the mood to want to feel these experiences, it's hard for Saturn to just really let go and let down and, you know, unbutton that shirt that has got buttoned all the way up to his neck and just really let go. Now, for this reason alone, you can find a Saturn individual that may be in a midlife crisis or older, seeking out this fifth house connection in order to feel younger. So it's not that in this particular synastry aspect, Saturn doesn't want to let down his guard and want to have a little bit of fun and want to, it could want to do that. It just doesn't know how. And if I told you time and time again, Saturn's projection and Saturn's response to its insecurities and its seriousness and its rigidness is to be critical and to be a little bit judgmental and all those things of someone else who is not really restrictive in that area. It doesn't mean that you have to necessarily listen to Saturn and restrict yourself. You just have to understand that Saturn may be wanting to let go and enjoy itself, and it just doesn't know how to. So the fifth house person can act as that patient, considerate person, and that's with the tough skin if they really want to be with Saturn, I guess, and to say, listen, Saturn, listen, this is who I am. Like, I live life. Like, this is what I want to do. We only have one life. Like, this is who I am. Okay. Now, mind you, I do understand that if the fifth house is being completely delusional, okay, that's popping off, that's doing things that may not be suitable for themselves or beneficial for themselves, Saturn coming into the fifth house is definitely going to emit this energy to where it offers this fifth house person a chance to look at itself and to look at the actions that it's taking and look at the way that it's taking these actions, however you want to put it, the motivations behind it. And it's saying, listen, you got to grow up, you got to mature, because you want to get past this point in your life to where you're feeling like you're not getting anywhere, right? You want a serious relationship, right? So this serial dating and all this fun stuff is not something that you can do 24/7 and for the rest of your life and say that you want something serious at the same time. So yes, the Saturn person is triggering or is activating this space within the fifth house person to where the fifth house person does want something long term. And the fact that we have a quincunx energy here, which is I'm going to get more into, I'm going to be talking about more as I develop the videos, okay? Between Saturn and the fifth house, because Saturn represents Capricorn, it represents Aquarius too, but just come here with me, all right? Because there's a quincunx, there's an opposition field here too. This is why this Saturn in the fifth house can definitely be an issue, right? But with the Saturn, with the Capricorn, and then you got the fifth house of Leo with this quincunx energy, there is a very intentional, noticeable attraction between the two. Okay, you notice each other, you're attracted for the fact that the person is different, and it brings on the sexual attraction and stuff like that. But at the same time, it's just you're not in the same place in life. You're not, it's something just so different, but it's attractive at the same time. You can definitely work together. So you can really act to, I'm not going to say necessarily balance each other out, but at the same time, you could, just learn to appreciate and admire each other for the differences that they bring and they add into your life. This is why you can see Saturn in the fifth house actually benefit the relationship or the synastry between two individuals, but at the same time, it can be very hard to do so and seal this deal, because the fifth house person can feel like Saturn is limiting them for their fun, especially if they're younger, and being judgmental of that. And your fifth house person, even if they're not younger, but the fifth house person could be like, I just want to live my life, like whatever. I've already been in a marriage before. I've already did all this, and you're trying to tie me down. I just want to have fun. Then the Saturn individual, could just be, could seem like they're getting in the way of that. It depends on how this flips around. But when all is said and done, this is really about not getting the other person to conform to what you think they should be and what you want them to be. This is about looking at what is triggering each person and seeing where, as Saturn, you can let go a little bit and embrace a little bit of spontaneity and have fun, live life a little bit, because maybe it's calling for you to do so at this time. And then the fifth house person can see to where they may, if they really want something that's a little bit long lasting, that's a little bit more committed, whatever the case may be, where can they mature to actually start showing these changes or developments in their own personal life. And then, because of Saturn, and actually enjoying this relationship, this could be a very mature relationship between two people, to where there's fun, to where there's romance, but there's seriousness at the same time. And this is Saturn in the fifth house. I'm Butterfly to the Light, and I don't know why y'all even playing. You need to subscribe to the channel. You need to come back, because I'm gonna be back, and I got other stuff to say, because I got things to say, and I got okay.